It's an honor for me to be here today. I remember sitting in your shoes, graduates, about 10 years ago, and so much has changed for me since then, which makes me so excited for what the future has in store for you. I'm going to start off with some career advice. My company, Impact Group, is a career coaching and leadership development company, so I believe I would be remiss if I didn't touch on this. I mean, your business education is specifically around career development, right? So other than career development in general, why are you here? Do you know what you want out of life? Do you know what you want out of your career? Do you know how your career will support your life? If you know what your plans are way into the future, thinking long-term is great. But it's okay if you don't have a big, lofty goal at this point. Regardless, I highly recommend you think about a goal. Think of yourself as CEO of your own career. Just like in strategic planning, which I'm sure they've taught you all very well, what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to learn? And what do you see yourself doing in the next 3 to 5 years? And you know what's awesome about goals? Not only do they give you purpose and direction, but they can change too. If you learn something new about yourself and you discover that you want to change direction, then you can. Also, one skill that I highly recommend developing, that I can't stress enough for everybody in this room, is the skill of building and maintaining a network. It will help you decide if you decide to change direction. It will help you climb the ladder. It will help you if you decide to start a business, or if you take time off to raise a family. Then you'll probably want to focus on your career again at some point, and your network can help you then. So what are ways to build and nurture a network? Well, when other people need help, offer help. Take time to build relationships outside of your immediate area of focus, and be intentional about who you want to get to know better. One concrete action I suggest you think about is how you build your network with influential people, people who can support your career success. When you figure out who those people might be, I encourage you to ask them for lunch or a coffee or just an informational interview. Be prepared with specific questions and ask how you can be more successful in your role or in your organization. I run a relatively small company, so you would think that it would be less intimidating in this situation for people to come to me and ask this of me. But honestly, people hardly ever take the initiative to have this kind of conversation with me. Someone who would certainly catch my attention and I would definitely become more invested in their career. In fact, I welcome any of you graduates to connect with me on LinkedIn for just this purpose. I'm willing to offer this to over 100 of you today because I know very few of you will actually take me up on it. I don't think I can drink enough coffee if all of you guys do, but I'm putting it out there. And by the way, just remember, I help people find jobs for a living. So remember that you are the CEO of You Inc., and you are your best salesperson, even if you're the reluctant type. So one easy way to work your network is to ask people questions about themselves. Most people love the opportunity to talk about themselves. So once you warm them up, they're off and running. And all you have to do at this point is listen. So this brings me to the next thing I wanted to share with you. And this should be liberally applied in both work and in life. Ask more questions, listen, and be open. Now, my mom is an amazing salesperson because she's really good at asking questions. This has also proved important in negotiations as well. So within months of finishing my MBA at Olin, we had the opportunity to evaluate our first acquisition as a company. Early on in the process, my mom asked questions about why they were selling. And they shared that as a public company, this division didn't align with their current strategy, and so they were looking for a buyer. In response to other probing questions, one of their teams said as a joke, well, the only thing that's off the table is us paying you money. Well, while this might have been said in jest, being tuned in to what was said and what was behind what was said proved critical. So following that meeting, I just finished my MBA, remember, so I went back and did long division and figured out the net present value of future cash flows and figured out a number that we should offer for this business. Meanwhile, my mom picked a number from nowhere, and it was a number that I was embarrassed to be offering to this company. But she was running the show then, thankfully, and not me, because guess what? They took it. And at the end of the day, after post-closing adjustments, they actually did pay us to take a $10 million company that we just rolled into our business. I learned a huge lesson in that situation. After you do all the calculations, at the end of the day, a company is worth what someone's willing to sell it for and what someone's willing to buy it for. And the same thing goes for products and what someone's willing to pay for them. The probing questions and careful listening allowed us to make a better decision that day, and I guarantee in every other case. Over the years, I've found both personally and professionally that I develop better relationships and I get better results when I ask better questions and I spend more time listening. And why wouldn't that be the case? I'm getting more information, and just as importantly, people feel more valued, and they're on my side now. Honestly, this hasn't always been a strength for me. I've definitely fallen into the trap of wanting people to see how smart I am and how much I know. For example, I should have asked way more questions of my parents and of colleagues as I transitioned my company over to me. Who knows how it would have influenced the results of the business, but what's just as important, all those people would have felt I cared about them more and that I wanted to hear their opinions. That alone is huge. And for all of you with aspirations into leadership at companies, this is even more important for you. Because asking questions of people on your team about them personally, about their challenges, and about how you can help, about their career plans and dreams, you'll not only help them perform better, you'll help them lead more satisfied lives. Loving your job can change your life. By regularly coming home from work in a good mood because you had a great day, regularly, you'll help them be better spouses, you'll help them be better parents, and that can change the world to the new vision. I came to Olin because I thought it would provide me with additional intellectual firepower and resources, as well as more credibility as I prepared to take over our family business. I definitely gained those things while I was here. At the same time, these days, the degree that you're holding now, be it a bachelor's, an MBA, a specialized master's, it's pretty much the price of admission for the opportunity for a great career. You will leave this building, and you will need to continue to prove yourself, work hard, and produce results to truly take this degree out for a spin to see what it and what you can do. At the same time, for all you type A's in this room, and I'm sure at Olin and Washington University there's a lot of you, be careful that the pursuit of perfect doesn't keep you from experiencing great, because there's greatness ahead for you. I hope you look back at your time here and are satisfied with not only the result of getting a degree, but also the learning process, the network you made, and the lives that you've touched along the way, and the lives that you will touch. Thank you.